Let's have a quick conversation about Empower versus Monarch Money and Facet Wealth. And of course, we are speaking about budgeting app or personal finance software. So here are our opening remarks. I want to first start with Empower. So when you think about Empower, I want you to think about an app that really helps you with budgeting, but most importantly, that helps you also with cash advances. So the Empower app offers instant paycheck cash advances of up to $250 and credit lines of up to $1,000. So while cash advances are interest free and have no fees, credit lines carry an APR of up to 36% depending on your repayment term. And the app also has an $8 monthly subscription fee after a 14-day trial. So that's really good in terms of helping you be financially disciplined. And so when we think about Empower, basically we're talking here about an app that allows you to have a clear idea about your credit scores in Equifax, Experian, and Trust Union. An app that allows you to see your cash inflows and cash outflows, that gives you cash advances, not gives you, that lends you cash advances. So that's really good. You have cash advances with no interest or fees. You have flexible eligibility criteria with no credit check. And the payments are reported to credit bureaus, which could really help you build credit history. So when you think about Empower, think about a budgeting app that helps you build credit, that helps you sort of monitor your finances, and also helps you over the long run get some cash advances. Okay, so what are the cons? Some of the cons here: cash advances are limited to $250. There is a subscription fee of $8 per month, and you need to have the Empower card to get cash advance funds instantly for free. Okay, so this is something that could be a little problematic. But what we love about Empower is that you have the Empower Cash Advance, the Empower Card, the Empower Thrive. So the Empower Thrive is where they give you the line of credit. Okay, in terms of interest and fees. So after a 14-day free trial, they'll start charging you. For instance, if you go to the line of credit, they're charging you up to 36%. So something to think about. And but overall, you also have what we love is that the withdrawals and repayments are really flexible as well. You just need to have an Empower debit card. If you do, there is no fee for a standard ACH deposit into your bank account, which actually clears within 1 to 5 business days. So this is really cool to think about. Let me talk to you about the Empower, how the Empower app works. Again, we are having a quick conversation, a quick compare and contrast between Empower, Monarch Money, and Facet Wealth. So when you think about the Empower app, I want you to download the app so you can download the app for free at the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. And you sign up for the app. So Empower will ask you questions to verify your identity. In some cases, you'll need to submit like let's say additional information to sign up, and that process can take up to 3 days. And for additional verification, you might be asked for documents like your passport, driver's license, state ID, or military ID. And you want to link accounts. So you'll be asked to link your bank account to the app, and your banking history may be used to determine your credit eligibility. And then you get a cash advance. So if you are eligible for a cash advance, the option to get one will be available in the app. If you don't get offered a cash advance, Empower will tell you ways to qualify, and you can repay your cash advance. So on your payday, the amount of the advance is actually automatically drawn from your account, and then you can review your eligibility for future cash advances if you want to get part of your next paycheck early. So that's kind of cool. So when you think about Empower, I want you to think primarily about the cash advances. I want you to think about the credit score. I want you to think about credit building. Okay, Empower is not really primarily on. It's not focused on budgeting, even though they have some features to kind of help you out, but they're not really focused on budgeting per se. Okay, so when we analyze Empower, we're actually comparing and contrasting Empower to the likes of Earning and the likes of Money Lion. We're not comparing Empower to let's say to Mint when Mint was alive, or personal capital, for instance. Okay, that's an important element to think about. But so overall, you got to ask yourself, what are you looking for? Are you looking to primarily track your finances, actually solidify your budgeting, or are you looking to actually build credit, and you're looking for a tool that can help you actually build credit real fast? Especially when it comes to their cash advances, they're not even checking your credit. They are basically checking your professional, your pay history to see how much you can qualify for. But remember, the maximum cash advance with Empower is $250. I want to talk to you now about Monarch Money. So Monarch Money actually is a great app, but it's not a free app though. Of course, in exchange for paying a monthly or annual fee, you get to share household expenses with a partner and view all of your accounts in one place. Okay, so this is actually the quintessential budgeting app. Okay, so the thing is that within Monarch Money, you have a tool that's very easy for multiple people in a household to use. The dashboard allows you to see all your finances at once, no ads, and customization options. In terms of drawbacks, not all financial institutions are partnered with Monarch Money. It's not a free app. I've said this before. No credit score monitoring, and not the best fit for crypto investors. Okay, so Monarch Money is a budgeting app that helps users sync the financial data all in one place. It has either a monthly or annual cost, and it also allows users to link all their financial accounts. And the type of accounts and assets Monarch Money supports include bank accounts, brokerage accounts. So we're speaking here about investment accounts. You have loans of all kinds. You have crypto via Coinbase, and you have miscellaneous assets, including vehicle, arts, and jewelry. So that's an important element. So when you think about Monarch Money, the top perks actually include the fact that you have shared access for multiple users, right? Multiple users in the household have access to this app. You can see all of your finances at once. That's really cool. In terms of pricing, you can see on the screen here, I'm showing you on the screen, you are actually paying $833 per month, which is actually, if you want to, but this is actually the yearly billing. So they're billing you $100 every single year, okay? If you were to go to a monthly, it will be a lot higher. But you have customization. This is another element that we love a lot within Monarch Money. So if you want to make the app your own, you can do that. Monarch Money generates a dashboard that lets you see everything at once and customize your view by keeping the widgets you like and turning off the ones that you don't. And you can see your net worth, the recent purchases, spending reports, budget, and more. And there are no ads or higher tiers. While you may not be thrilled to pay money for help with budgeting and financial management, it might be worth it. Monarch Money has no ads, so you will not be sold to while you are trying to get your finances in order. Plus, there are no ads-on or higher tiers of membership with additional features that you'll be pressured actually to buy. So that's really cool. And it's very easy to see where your money goes at the end of the month or at the end of the quarter. That's really good. Now, there are a few things that could be improved in our view when it comes to Monarch Money. And basically, there's no free version. So if you are looking for a free version, this is what it is. This is where no ads becomes a downside, because if you come into Monarch Money from Mint, for instance, you can get a deal on your subscription. But if you're not, the most cost-effective way to use this app is to shell out $99 per year for it, right? $8.99 per month and $99 per year. And not all financial institutions are partnered with the app, and this is something that Monarch Money is currently working on. So it's something they have to constantly think about. You may need to manually add some of your financial accounts, which shouldn't be a deal breaker. And the app sometimes miscategorizes expenses. So this is a fault with many budgeting apps, especially because many of us shop with retailers that sell items that could fit into multiple categories. So if you make a purchase at the drugstore, is it groceries, medical, or something else entirely? Luckily, you can modify the expense category within Monarch Money. And Monarch Money doesn't have a credit score monitoring, so if you want to access your credit score, you won't find it on Monarch Money. Thankfully, it's fairly easy to actually find credit scores offered by banks and credit card issuers. So that's really good. And this tool also is not really great for crypto investors. So something to really think about also, especially in the long run. In terms of alternatives, you have Rocket Money, for instance. Okay, you have of course you have Empower, you have Facet Wealth, you have a lot of other players that are actually playing in a very crowded field. One thing for sure, actually, Monarch Money makes money by the subscription cost, right? Which is why you won't see ads. And but Monarch Money is legit. This is a legitimate budgeting and finance app. Its website notes that it was developed by former employees of some of the best technology companies in the world. So that's really fantastic. And so Monarch Money will not sell your data to financial third-party companies. That's for sure. Let's talk about Facet Wealth now. So when you think about Facet Wealth, I want you to think about investment strategy. I want you to think about retirement planning. I want you to think about CFPs, certified financial planners. So if the focus on Empower was on cash advances and credit building, if the focus on Monarch Money was on budgeting, the focus when it comes to Facet Wealth is on CFPs, on investment. The company charges a flat annual fee based on the complexity of a member's planning needs. Remember, that's how they call customers. So let's talk about the pros and cons when it comes to Facet Wealth. The pros first, the advantages. You have a free initial consultation. You have comprehensive full-service financial planning. Meetings are held virtually via phone or video call. No additional fee for investment management. And you have a fee-only advice from a designated fiduciary CFP. So that's really fantastic. What about the cons here? Well, you have a wide fee range that makes it very difficult to actually see if you are a potential customer when it comes to estimating cost. And there is no in-person meeting option. So you gotta have to actually do things virtually, okay? But bottom line is that you have a tool that's very, very, so I was actually saying that you have a tool that's very, very good if you have, let's say, an investment strategy in mind, right? Because basically, if you are someone juggling multiple financial goals, you will love that. If you are an investor who wants to avoid assets under management fees, or if you want financial guidance for life transitions, you will love Facet Wealth. So this is really good. And in terms of portfolio construction, they help you with all kinds of assets. You have large cap, small cap, growth value. You have REITs, developed non-US, emerging markets, government bonds, mortgage bonds, corporate bonds, asset-backed securities, commercial mortgage-backed securities. So you have a large area of assets supported. In terms of accounts supported, you have non-retirement brokerage accounts, Roth, traditional SEP, rollover and simple IRAs, solo 401ks, trust. So that's really fantastic. So you have the ability to build something great over the long run. So we love that a lot, and we love the flexibility that basically Facet Wealth brings into the game. One thing I want to say here is that when we talk about Facet Wealth, you have to really remember that Facet Wealth actually has to be right for certain categories of customers. So Facet Wealth offers close to what you would get from a traditional brick and mortar wealth management firm. Every member, again, that's how they call customer, every member works with a dedicated Facet CFP. The main difference is that Facet delivers financial plans and advice virtually. Facet is well suited to help members navigate complex financial issues. And so Facets pay for what you see. Fee scale means you'll pay less in years where your planning needs are minimal, and more when you face additional complexity, getting married, a job change, transitioning into retirement. And the setup is particularly attractive if you have a large investment portfolio and fairly simple financial planning needs. In those cases, you'll pay less out of pocket for comprehensive financial planning and portfolio management at Facet than you would at a traditional financial planning firm that charges a percentage of assets under management. On the other hand, it's not a good choice if you are seeking only portfolio management, which you could get from a robo-advisor for much less, okay? So this is an important element to think about. But one thing I want to insist on is that when you think about Facet Wealth, you have to remember that you got to have a certain size in terms of portfolio management, right? So basically, Facet flat fee has a percentage of, okay, let me just break it down for you. So Facet's $2,000 base annual fee would translate to 2%, for instance, per year on a $100,000 portfolio. Similar options for online financial planning and portfolio management include Empower. I spoke about that. You have Betterment Premium. You have Schwab Intelligent Portfolios Premium. And so when it comes to Facet, it's just better to understand that Facet uses a pay-for-what-you-use pricing model based on the complexity of advice a member requires. So fees range from $2,000 to $6,000 a year, depending on how complex your financial needs are. So this is something to really keep in mind, especially if you are going to scale over time. So what's the strategy here? So basically, I've Empower versus Monarch Money versus Facet Wealth. Which one should you go for? But before I actually explain to you which one you should go for, we want to really talk quickly about how to choose a budgeting app and what is a budgeting app in the first place, because a budgeting app can actually be for personal finance, can be for investment, can be for building credit. So budgeting app is actually an umbrella term that actually covers a lot of stuff. Okay. And so what you want to do is you want to figure out your preferences. If you are going to choose one app, you want to figure out your preferences. You want to make it both detailed and general. You want to have a clear idea what you're looking for, right? It's an important element. Are you looking for an app that helps you manage your finances, an app that helps you actually analyze your credit score, your credit over time, that helps you build your investment portfolio? Because at the end of the day, flexibility matters. Flexibility is an important element to really think about. Okay, and so while not everyone is a fan of automatically syncing accounts to your budgeting app, it makes building a budget much easier when you can see everything in one place. So the more account options you can add, the better your chances of knowing where your money goes. And you should also be able to easily add accounts and set up budgets. So depending on your app, you may have to tweak and change as necessary. For instance, if you get a new car or you want to actually add a new portfolio like of say crypto, you should be able to actually update things automatically. If you get a raise, you'll want to increase your income as a line item in your budget. So find an app that lets you update as needed. Now remember though, there are alternatives to budgeting apps. You have pen and paper, good old pen and paper, right? You have spreadsheets. So you have you can do Excel, or Google Sheets or Google Docs, by the way. Okay. So overall, budgeting is important because it helps you be financially aware by helping you better understand where your money is going. When you stick to a regular budget, you can see your income and expenses and keep track of your spending. And budgeting can also help you stay on track with your financial goals, make it easier to reduce your debt, and helps you prepare for financial emergencies. So this is an important element. So in terms of budgeting effectively, you want to pick a budgeting method you can stick to. You want to cut up your credit cards if needed. You want to focus on investment, on savings. Don't be completely hands off, and try using a budgeting app that can really help you build your strategy in the long run. That's an important element to think about. Okay, so what is our choice here? Empower versus Monarch Money versus Facet Wealth. Which one should you go for? Our choice is really simple. There is none, because those three apps have different goals, different needs, different means. You want to choose Empower if you are looking for a cash advance primarily, if you're looking to build your credit primarily, if you're looking for a line of credit primarily. Of course, the app has some budgeting modules, but this app is primarily for cash advances. And Monarch Money actually is the quintessential budgeting app here. And so if you were to choose, we will go slightly for Monarch Money, but Monarch Money is really good for budgeting, especially for members of the same household. And Facet Wealth is focused primarily on investments. So if you want to work with a CFP, a certified financial planner, if you need guidance when it comes to investment, and this is where Facet Wealth really shines. So you can see that every app has its own specialty, so to speak. So here are our closing remarks. In today's conversation, I spoke to you about Empower versus Monarch Money versus Facet Wealth. I gave you basically the opening remarks, the strategy, the choice, and now the closing remarks. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.